What's up, everybody? My name's Bryce, aka DubsNotSubs, and today we're gonna do a video that's easy breezy. That's right, we're gonna be getting into a manga haul with all the stuff I've read this month or purchased this month. Now, I haven't read everything that I've gotten yet. It's been a pretty decent month, and the previous few months I kind of said that I was going to not buy as much manga, but apparently, yeah, the pile behind me doesn't look like I really followed that too well. I still do plan to get less and less, and I think from now on is going to be, this is pretty much a lot of the stuff I picked up was a lot from last month that didn't get shipped in on time, and clearance stuff that was out that I got in July I was waiting for that finally came in. But yeah, and this video is going to be a lot more chill. We're not going to get very heavily into editing because the last time I did one of these, my friend Bass told me it was a little too Sundance Music Festival. For that man's sake and for my sanity, we are going to be going old school with this one and just doing some simple jump cuts. But without further ado, let's get right into this video. Alright, first up, we're going to start off with our miscellaneous items right here. We are going to be... I probably should have figured out a better way of doing this. But we're going to be a lot of turning around in this because I'll probably move up the table that I have right here in a little bit after this section. But anyway, we have first off Extravaganza by Udon. I've been enjoying this. It's been the art in here is really nice. I really like the art. The way, what's his name? Akihito Tomi draws his girls. They're very, very sexily clad and very nice to look at. But this series is actually pretty fun. It's an adventure series about about the Iron Mask princess right here, who just trying to rule her kingdom. She's also a young princess, so she's growing up, so she's not very responsible. And this is, there's some hentai parts in here. There's some parts in this manga that's like, ugh, but hey, you get what you pay for, and I'm not gonna complain. Overall, it's a very great series, though. I do really enjoy it. Next up, we have a series that probably none of you guys have heard of, and that is Work by Hiroyuki. And this is a 4-coma series by Anime Works. I don't know who the publisher is. I just saw this randomly, and they're like $1 a piece. So I got volume 1, and I just kind of enjoyed it. I don't think it's anything crazy special, but it's just a fun 4-coma series about doujinshi artists, them creating stuff, the contest they go to, just being doujinshi artists in the wacky world that they live in, and it's pretty funny. I actually do very much enjoy this. This is 3 and 4. It's only 4 volumes long in total. But yeah, it's not too bad. I gotta find volume 2 for it, but otherwise I'm gonna have the whole series. Actually, there might be a 5th volume, but I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, we're gonna get on to our last miscellaneous one, and that is, I'm gonna have to do this in pieces, because when you don't have 2 hands, it makes it a lot harder to do things. We have Mariaholic, which is books 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6, I believe. Volume 3 wasn't for sale. This is another one I just got for $1 on their Right Stuff clearance sale. I was like, why not? Let's see if I like it. But I'm pretty sure this is about a girl who's trying to find her crush, and she goes to an all-girl school, but then finds out the girl that she ends up falling for is actually a guy cross-dressing, which seemed like a really funny concept to me. So I really do. I'm hoping for the best on this one. I have some good hopes for it. This one, it's weird because there are these versions, and then it switches to something else. I'm not really sure what's going on with it. I don't know anything about this series, but hopefully it's good, because, I mean, but at worst, I wasted like $5 on it. That's why I was like, whatever. If I don't like it, I mean, it's $5. Oh, here, last one. But yeah, it's like $5, so I was like, whatever. And same with Work, but I like Work. That's actually a pretty fun series. But anyway, we're going to get on to the next one, and I'm probably going to move this table so it's a lot easier for me to grab it. But anyway, let's get on to it right now. Next up, we're going to be getting on to our Viz Media stuff, Shonen Jump, everything Viz, except for, I believe there's actually 2 in the back that are Viz, but these are the special ones, because I always like even the really unique stuff for the last. But anyway, we're going to start off with a Viz signature called No Guns Life. I'm really enjoying this series. Volume 2 took a big hit for me. I wasn't sure if I was going to continue with it, but I did end up enjoying it, and I'm going to continue. She is my favorite character. I do like her a lot. She's pretty cool as like an engineer, and she's looking for somebody. I'm not going to say who, but it's pretty good. It kept me intrigued. I do like it overall. It's just, I don't know, it just didn't feel as good as just Dimension W for me personally, because I really love Dimension W, and the last volume for that is coming out in March, and I'm so sad. There's going to be 16 volumes in all. If you want to get Dimension W, I definitely recommend it. Yuji Iwahara is one of my favorite sci-fi creators, and I cannot wait for his next work, or whatever he's going to come out after this. But anyway, we have next up Children of the Whales. Children of the Whales by I always forget people's names, by Abi Umeda. This is a fantastic series. Sometimes it gets a little confusing with all the metaphorical stuff it gets into, but overall, I do thoroughly enjoy this series. I have not read this volume yet, but they're doing well. They're trying to get by. They're just people who want peace. And what else can you ask from that? But anyway, next up we have probably the best seinen series out right now, and that is Golden Kamuy. This series is absolutely fantastic. We're almost so freaking close to where the anime ended, and I'm so excited to see what happens in this series. And yeah, I love that series. I don't have much more to say than it's absolutely fantastic, and read it if you haven't got the chance. But next up we have Ray in the Gray World, which I was kind of in the last volume, another one where I was into it, but I don't know, something about it wasn't as good as the previous volumes, but this volume, right back on track. This is a very emotional volume. Like, I didn't cry or anything, but I definitely was super bummed out. My favorite character in here, something happens to him, and I don't want to say what, but man, it's actually pretty good how this ends and what goes on. Well, this isn't the end, but the ending of the arc that they're in. But man, this is a fantastic series, and I recommend this series if you like magical series. It does have a darker tone at times, but this is basically a story about Ran growing up and learning about just about the world and what it's like to be a magician or a witch when she has normal powers. There's a lot more to it than that, but that's just a short synopsis. It's definitely really good, and the art is amazing in every right. Next up, we have the fantastic series of Komi Can't Communicate. Still enjoying it. Wish they'd show more Tadano and Komi moments. 1 second. Wish they'd show more Tadano and Komi moments. I really, really enjoy their romance going on. But overall, it's still staying strong, still doing pretty well. Enjoy that series a lot. But anyway, we're going to get on. I believe the rest is all Shonen Jump stuff. It is. Okay, so next up, we are going to be going with dropping it. I'm really good at dropping my books during these. And I did it again. Damn. But for some reason, I usually don't damage them. Ooh, there's a little bit on there. Not really. Anyway, we're going to be getting on to The Promised Neverland. Fantastic series. I mean, you can't really say too much about it, except it's really freaking good, and I really enjoy it. Demetsu's art is fantastic. I ended up getting, I got an art book for him. You guys probably saw that on the previous haul, if you saw that. But next up, we have Dr. Stone, the series that I love to hear people talk about on Twitter, because really a lot of people love it and a lot of people like to shit talk it. I enjoy this series. I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm 2 volumes behind. These 2 volumes I got to catch up on. But yeah, excited to see more not Shonen Jump, Dr. Stone, because man, it's a good series. I like Senku, seeing the journey they're going on. They're getting on the arc where they're getting closer to the war, so I'm wondering where that's going to lead us. But next up we have Blue Exorcist, volume 23. First volume or manga that I bought when I started collecting, and I cannot. I love this series. I don't think it's perfect, but it's getting back on track, and the backstory arc that this is going through right now is fantastic. It's one of my favorite in the series so far, and there's another series you're gonna see later on that if you know my channel, you already know what it is. So that's a little hint for you guys, but yeah, this series is absolutely fantastic. I love Blue Exorcist so much. It's a great demon battle shonen. I don't know why I couldn't think of the words battle shonen. But then last up we have Crunchyroll's anime of 2019, Demon Slayer. I read volume 10. I'm on volume 11 right now, so I'm gonna finish that, and then I'll probably go to Dr. Stone because I already read Blue Exorcist. I don't know if I said that, but yeah, it's still strong. I enjoy it. I don't think the art's bad. I know some people try to like shit talk the art, but overall I don't think it's like crazy bad or anything. I don't think it's the best art out there, but I enjoy this series. I enjoy seeing where this is gonna go. I like the story. The story is what's keeping me engaged. I think that's the best part about this series, but overall, do enjoy me some Dr. Stone. Next up, we're going to be getting on to our 7 Seas and Yin Press. So let's get on to that right now. So let's get on to it. We're going to start off with How to Train Your Devil, Volume 2. I'm, again, iffy on this series, too. This is going to decide whether I keep buying it or whether I just completely don't buy any more of it. So we'll see where that goes. I'm kind of indifferent on it. I don't think it's, like, crazy good or crazy bad. It's kind of mid, so I'm going to see where this leads me. This is another series that probably a lot of people aren't going to like as much as I do, but Arfuda from Comic Place to the World's Strongest, Zero. I like this one and the original. I get the manga's versions because I just, how I started reading it, so I just kept with that, but it's a guilty pleasure series. It's something I thoroughly enjoy, and I love me some Arfuda. It's one of the few isekai series that I do read currently. I think that's the only isekai series I actually read. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it is the only isekai that I read right now. But anyway, next up we have a 7-series series called SCP Foundation, Irish Through the Looking Glass. And this is a light novel. I wanted to check out more light novels, so I was interested. I was like, might as well check this out because, hey, what's wrong? I used to remember when I was a kid reading like the SCP kind of creepypastas and just regular creepypastas in general. So I'm interested to see where this book leads us. Next up is my guilty pleasure series, something I very much enjoy, but is kind of it's ecchi, but it's a lovely ecchi. It's Worlds in Harem Fantasia, and the one part I really like about this series is I can't tell whether the main character is a good guy or if he's going to end up as the villain with the way he acts and just what he's doing. I'm interested to see where this is going to go. I think he's the harem, but hero. I said harem because I was thinking of harem, but anyway, I do like this series. This series is really fun. It's a 100% an 18+ series. Don't get that unless you're old enough or you're okay with some bubbles showing up on your screen. You know what I mean? But anyway, next up we have Raw Hero Volume 1. This series is from the person who created Prison School, Akihiro Hiramoto, and man, I don't know. I enjoyed it and I didn't enjoy it. I don't know what I think about this series. It's wacky. The best part about this volume, I'm not going to say, but there's more than meets the eyes. Transformer type shit right here with this guy. But this character right here. But man, this is it's something. I'm still thinking about it, but I don't know if I necessarily like it or if I don't like it. If you know, then you know. But hey, whatevs. Check it out if you get the chance. It's an interesting adult hero look on the heroes. A guy trying to infiltrate, or he meets somebody. He meets somebody on the train one day, and he ends up saving her, but you find out some more to it, and God, it's just a weird series, and I don't know how I feel about it. I definitely don't like the boss character. When you see him, you'll do it. At first, I thought it was kind of funny. It was like, haha, we were just, like, we weren't really doing what you thought we were doing, but then it's just like, you gotta stop. He does it for too long, and if you know, you know. But anyway, last up for this, we have Reborn as a polar bear. My furry streak is continuing on, strong and proud. I do really enjoy this series. It's just a fun series about a guy. Actually, this is another isekai, so I have 2 isekais, and they're both just kind of trashy. But hey, sometimes you gotta read some trash. And but yeah, the Reborn as a polar bear is this guy right here. Gets reborn as a polar bear, who is seen as a god in this other world. He's overly strong, basic kind of stuff. But then he ends up taking in shelter these, like, kind of this whole family of fox girls who's they're getting attacked by the humanity and kind of just wiped out and hunted. And it's just a really kind of a feel-good story. It's weird to say about that, but it's basically about them creating a family kind of environment with these people. And I do recommend it if you do like isekais, you like a little bit more lighthearted series. It does get a little, it's not too bad. It's weird. This one's rated M, but I think, oh, that's because they show boobs in it. That's why. Whoopsies. Anyway, sorry about that. Again, my mic keeps fucking up all the time, and I hate it. It really, really makes me mad. It's because this stupid cord isn't that long, and it keeps falling out, like, at random times. I thought I was fine, but then I just see it, like, boop, and I was like, fuck. But anyway, we have our Kodansha titles and vertical titles that we're going to be going through, and this is Tokyo Tabara Girls. I got it when the pins were going to come out for it, so I was like, I'm going to read this at a certain point, might as well get it now, so I can at least get the pin with it. It's a free bonus, why not? I'm excited for that. Akihiro Higashimura is a great great mangaka. I really am thoroughly enjoying my so-called artist journey. Very, very good autobiography. That's what made me want to check out her other stuff. But next up we have Boarding School Juliet Volume 10. Very charming rom-com series. I really enjoy it. Juliet and Romeo, great characters. It's a fun series to read all the time. There's some drama in it. It's good. It's about 2 characters who basically are on opposing sides in this world where it's seen as kind of bad to date the other side. It's not illegal or anything. It's just very frowned upon. There's a lot of segregation, and it's about these 2 people coming through no matter what, or just being together despite having this, and just finding love and trying to change the world into accepting these two different sides becoming one. But anyway, next up we have Apostomus by Tsutomu Nihai. Tetsumu Nihai? Whatever. I'm never going to pronounce Japanese names right. I don't know why I try. Nihai is right. I know that for sure. But Apostomus is a fantastic series. It's what got me into the rest of his works. I thoroughly enjoy that series. I'm getting that to Sidonia now because of that. I'm excited to check out his works. That's probably going to be my favorite series no matter what, just for personal opinion, and that's what got me into this series. But next up we have, boys and girls, we have Blood on the Tracks. And stay tuned for a review on this one, because, man, it's something, and I got to review it. I'm not going to say much more. Watch the review. Stay tuned for it when it comes out. Next up, we have the story by Hiro Mashima that you can love or hate depending on who you are, and that is Eden Zero. Another series that, it's not the best series. I'm not going to sit here and be like it's some fantastic, well-written series, but it's a fantastic series and how fun it is. I love the characters. I love how much fun that Hiro Mashima puts in these works. I don't think it's, story-wise, I don't think it's perfect. I think it's one of the series you go in, kind of Fast and Furious type, get in there, watch some action, watch some fun moments, and get out. It's one of those series that I just really thoroughly enjoy and have a great time reading, even though I know it's not objectively like it's masterpiece or out there as this best series, but I really thoroughly enjoyed Eden Zero, and I recommend it if you like Hiro Mashima. I know a lot of people say, only Raidmaster is good. Actually, I only know a couple of people who say that, but I enjoy Fairy Tail. I enjoy any work by Hiro Mashima. I do want to get all of Raidmaster, though. I have, like, what? I think I have through 11 right now, and I have to get through 35. It's going to be a nightmare to get, but I'm going to try my best to do it. Anyway, next up we have Kino's Journey, The Beautiful World. This is also probably going to be on my chopping block. I don't know if I'm going to continue this. It's a good story, but the art and, again, the story isn't really pulling me in as much as I thought I was having in the beginning. I don't know if I'm really enjoying it as much as I can, and with all these series, it's on the chopping block, and it will probably be out of here by soon. But next up is a series coming in, probably going to take its place for my fucking money, because I can't stop buying things, is My Boy. And this series is something that I'm going to have to review on this one, too, because I want to talk about this. There's two ways that this story can go, and it's either very good or very bad, depending on where it goes. I hope it goes in a way where it's not sexual and, like, money drop, but who knows? We'll find out. I have a lot of reviews coming out lately. There's a lot of stuff that I'm ready to review. I haven't done a review in, like, a while, but now I'm, like, lined up for stuff to do, because now stuff is coming out again that I want to review, and I'm excited to. And one of the series is also, Don't Toy With Me, Nagatoro. Man, I skipped on this when it first came out, but I gotta talk about it in a video on its own. It deserves it. It's fantastic. It is okay, like I was saying, this is one of those that deserve a review. This, it's fantastic. This is a great rom-com. I'm really thoroughly enjoying this. It's one of my favorite series I'm reading right now. It's a thinner volume, but overall, fantastic. I'm going to do a review on this. It deserves it, and I can't wait to talk about it more. But anyway, next up, we have Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season, another fantastic rom-com from a girl's perspective with Marie Okada and Nao Emoto doing the art, Marie doing the writing. But it's a fantastic series. I love this. Every time it comes out, I have to read it. It's one of those series that, even though it's a learning. It's kind of like you learn what the other side's kind of like. Maybe not in the most accurate sense. It's a little bit exaggerated, but it's a very interesting book, and one that I feel like you learn from to see what the other side is like. It's also just really enjoyable, to be honest. And even though it's a shoujo, give it a chance, because it's definitely worth your time. Next up, we have Gluttner. It's the series that I get memed the hell out of for, but overall, fucking great, and I don't regret reading this at all. It's so good. Sometimes the characters look like they have special syndrome, like they look a little bad, but overall it's not bad at all. I really thoroughly enjoy this series. The backstory arc in this one might be my favorite so far. Just seeing how everybody's connected and what's really going on. It's a fantastic seinen battle royale kind of style of a series, but yeah, I'm excited to see where this story's going to go. I've been thoroughly invested. Great series throughout. Sun Takeda does a great job. And then last up for Vertical, we have Hikaru Nakamura's Arca Under the Bridge. My top 5 manga of all time. Sometimes it switched to number 1. It fights with that and Origami fight for number 1 spot. And for me personally, it's fantastic. Everything about this series is so good. Just about being yourself. Like learning to love, learning to change. There's so many different topics that this series covers that you wouldn't think that it's in a gag comedy. But if you haven't checked it out, give yourself the chance. to do it. I can't recommend it enough. But anyway, we're going to get into the best 3. We're going to get our top 3 piece de resistance of this month. And we're going to start off with a very, very depressing series. And it's in Osana's Downfall. It's a fantastic series about a mangaka whose series just gets over and it fails. Like, he's failing in life, and there's a lot of problems he's going through with marriage, and he's kind of obsessed with sex, and there's a lot of things that I didn't really get because I'm younger, and also I'm not a very deep reader, and I probably have to read this again to get more of what's going on in the story. But it's a very, very really good brain food kind of a story. Flip Otaku does a great job explaining it. If you want to see his story or his review of it, go down in the link in the description, check it out. It's fantastic. He does a great job with that review. But yeah, next up we have a series that I meant to leave for last, but I guess we're doing it now because I grabbed it on instinct, and that's Geo. This is my favorite manga horror manga that I've ever read. It's absolutely fantastic. Junji Ito is doing a great job with this and Uzumaki. Uzumaki is my favorite overall story, but I think this one's more scary. This one's more scary. I'm pointing because it's not really there. But anyway, it's fantastic. Junji Ito does a great job. Love that series so much. I do want to talk about that and Uzumaki in their own videos because they deserve it. But then last up we have The Wacky World of Shintaro Kaga's Dementia 21. Dementia 21. It's a fantastic series. It's so good. There's so many wacky and weird moments. Just seeing how his mind works is crazy and awesome. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoy this episode. If you have anything that you want me to review, read, or talk about in a video, please tell me in the comments below. I read them all, answer them all. Anyway, I always appreciate listening to you guys and hearing what you guys have to say. But anyway, as always, I will see you in another video.